Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Lunacy of Middle Age with your friends Pete
and Alex,
the podcast where we discuss the absurdity of life past 40. Nothing will be off limits, so buckle up and get ready to laugh with
and at us
as we talk about life in a raw and unfiltered way. Hey everybody, we're back again. Another episode of The Lunacy of Middle Age. Hope you've been enjoying it so far.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So this week, we've covered kids' sports.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered what else?
Well, I mean, we talked about our aging bodies, like
Oh, yeah.
skin starting to sag and other stuff.
So
It's all pretty baggy here.
Today this is pretty much a little bit of close to our hearts, and the reason why maybe we didn't do a podcast last week, because we had decided to go out with some friends and stay overnight in one of the cities and go out until 1 o'clock in the morning, which to most probably doesn't seem very late, but to us that's
It seemed like a big mistake the next day.
extremely late. So
I know, you go to bed by 9:30.
that's not true. Well, I get up at 5 o'clock.
I do too.
Right. So, but last week we didn't. Last week we, as the kids would say, partied it up.
Is that what kids say?
I don't have any idea.
I don't think they do.
Such a loser. So we drank too much and ate too much.
Stayed out too late.
I had a flat tire that we had to change, hungover.
Wow. True. And we knew about it before we went out, so we knew that we were going to have to do that the next day.
But the problem is our bodies can't take the alcohol like it used to take before. What used to be in your 20s, and for some of us late teen years, you used to be able to stay out until 3 o'clock in the morning and get inebriated and wake up the next morning and maybe have a headache for an hour, but after a bottle of Gatorade, we're totally fine the rest of the day. Now, it seems like it takes a full recovery day plus.
I would say it takes several days of recovery time, for me at least.
What is wrong with us?
We're old.
Maybe we shouldn't drink.
Right, we shouldn't. It's like putting poison in your body. Of course you shouldn't.
Stupid. It's the only way I can deal with the world.
Whoa, that's taking it to a dark place.
I know, we figured we better have a podcast now because who knows with Russia, maybe this will be our last podcast that we can ever have.
I don't think so, but certainly not good.
No more Russian vodka.
No.
So.
Dump it.
What did we drink, though? What did I drink?
When?
I think I just drank beer.
Last weekend?
No, that can't be. No.
Bourbon?
Did I? I don't know.
No,
maybe.
I think last weekend was mostly beer.
And some vodka tonics.
Oh, I didn't have any. You did.
Non-Russian vodka.
You don't know.
It was too. It was Tito's. I asked for Tito's.
Oh, okay.
There's a plug. Tito's better give us some money for the 10 listeners that we have.
Yeah, right.
So that's just another effect that the aging body has on us, is we can't play with the big dogs anymore. And everybody seems so much younger at the bars that you go to.
And stylish. I mean, even you don't really care that much about fashion or notice it all that much, but you told me that you started noticing what younger guys were wearing and how they looked good or whatever.
They look very asexual.
They don't look asexual. You just think that they have like a fancy appearance compared to what you would normally wear.
All right, but I'm not saying that's good. I was just saying that they do.
Well, a few weeks ago when you went out with some older gentlemen from work, you said they looked good. Like they had suit coats on and nice shirts, unbuttoned down kind of far.
With their leathery chest hair or leathery chest skin sticking out.
Yeah, you said they didn't have any chest hair.
Yeah, probably because they shaved themselves.
They shaved themselves and then they went to a tanning salon?
Probably. Why do people shave themselves? So weird. We're descendants of apes. We need to come back.
I think most people do some kind of body hair management. Don't act like you don't.
What do you mean?
You do.
Not where? I guess a little bit.
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
Well, like I said, we're descendants of apes. I'm like a baby gorilla. I I need my ass hair trimmed every now and again.
That's not what I was
so it
thinking
doesn't
of,
catch
but
the poop.
okay. Gross. The original discussion here is we can't drink like we used to. And the recovery time
Well, it's not
is
true. I can
long.
drink like I used to.
You can't recover from
It
it.
just doesn't recover as quickly.
I know. It doesn't take me just a day. I mean, I start to feel better after a day, but I'm seriously like the whole week after a weekend of drinking like that, I don't feel like I'm on top of my game.
Well,
I'm more tired. Like I try to exercise every day. When I try to exercise, I'm like, oh, dragging.
but the problem is it's inconsistent. Because sometimes I can drink all night long and I'll never feel bad. Other times I'll have 3 drinks and I'll be 3 sheets to the wind and hungover. So everything is inconsistent with me now.
Well, I told you before we go out, I try to water load, drink as much water as I can the day before or the day of.
Fake.
I didn't say it was rooted in science or anything. I just feel like if I'm well hydrated before I start drinking, that I have a better chance of not getting so like bad feeling the next day.
Do you know what that does?
No.
All
What?
it does is fill up your gut more so you don't drink as much. Well, you don't know how to...
Well, first
You know
of
what I'm
all,
gonna say.
filling up my gut more so I don't drink as much, I think is probably for the best.
Me too.
And what do you want to say about me?
You don't know how to take it easy. Like, just because you have a drink in your hand doesn't mean that you have to finish it within 3 seconds.
I don't finish it in 3 seconds. And if I have a drink in my hand, I drink it. I'm
Quickly.
thirsty. I'm thirsty.
But you're not. You don't know what to do. And then you start to get belligerent. I can always tell when you're going to start
I have never gotten belligerent. That is not the word I would use to describe myself when I drink.
You get moronic.
No, I also wouldn't use that word to describe myself. Would you think about it a little harder?
Well, there's so many words in today's day and age I can't use that actually would describe you.
When I'm drinking,
Yes.
you want to use an inappropriate word to describe me? I think I'm friendly. I think the worst thing you could say about me is I'm too friendly. What else do I do?
I just know when that switch has been turned and what it's going to be like.
Belligerent makes it seem like I get mean and mad and I want to like turn into a Hulk and break stuff. I don't ever get mean or mad when I'm drinking.
Well, you get mad at me when I tell you might want to drink a glass of water or you might want to slow it down there. Then you get pouty. You like resort back to your teenage years.
You said I get belligerent. You're off the mark.
No. You do get belligerent sometimes.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't have a very good grasp of the English language.
Right. I don't think you know what belligerent means.
Yes, I do.
I don't think so.
I just can't define it.
Right.
But I know what it is when I see it.
No, that's not it. Because you're not describing how I am.
That's why we should switch over to a YouTube channel too, so that then I can show people what you look like.
Show me what I look like when I'm drinking and I get belligerent.
You know what we should do? I need to take a tape recorder with us the next time so that then I can play it.
A tape recorder? You can record me with your phone.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Those things. I'm going to take a...
You're going to take a boombox and record me?
I am. I'm going to hit the record button. Then I'm going to put it up on my shoulder and
There's
blast
something
out.
wrong with you. I'm not belligerent. Anyway, that's not the point. I might get loud. I might get annoying. I might get overly friendly.
You know what your
I'm
problem
not
is?
belligerent.
Here's what your problem is. You like it when I tell you what your problems are.
Uh-huh.
Your problems are... Your problem is you didn't live your life like most people live their life in their late teens and
Oh,
early
I didn't start
20s.
drinking when I was 13?
Right. So most people have that out of the way and out of their system. You... How old were you when I met you?
25.
Oh my God.
And at that age, before we had children, I did act silly in the way that probably teenagers or young 20s people act.
But you're already in your mid-20s or late 20s.
Yeah, but now I'm in my 40s. That's why what you're talking about I don't think is true.
It is. You're still trying to catch up.
I don't think so.
And in my mind, I'm still in my 30s.
Are you?
And I look like it too.
Oh. So what are you going to do at the bar? Like walk in like you own the place?
I do own
like
the
you're
place.
the shit?
I am.
Oh, yeah. And then if you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh.
Yeah, so the mirrors lie. They make mirrors in a way so that it makes you look worse.
Oh, do they?
So that then it forces you to buy products you don't need.
No, it's just how you actually look. You are an older gentleman now.
An older gentleman?
Yeah, you're an old guy.
I'm not that old. I turned 50 this year.
You're pretty old compared to the people that hang out in the bars we go to.
But
and
I
so
don't
am
feel
I.
it. And I don't act it.
Yes,
That's
you do.
for sure. You think I act old?
You're not like fun at a bar anymore. You just kind of sit there and drink. You don't do anything.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Dance, laugh, talk to people.
I do that. I don't dance. I should have done karaoke, though, last weekend.
I know. I don't know why you didn't.
I would have done... What I was just thinking of a bunch of songs that I could have done.
You said you could have done
Jump
Welcome to the
Around.
Jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
I know. That would have been fun.
Why didn't you let me?
I didn't stop you. You didn't even tell me that you wanted to. Well, you did. You said you wanted to do a song that they, first of all, didn't have, and second of all, would have been pretty rough with a mixed crowd.
Arms around me, baby. A little bit
Nobody
of medium
knows.
pace.
Nobody knows that song.
Oh, they do. A little bit of medium pace by Adam Sandler.
Classic.
If you don't know it, it's a good classic love song.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Well, at any rate, at the karaoke place where we were, there was an older gentleman, a much older gentleman, who got up and sang several songs, which was really sweet. He sang
Love
to his
songs
wife. Mm-hmm.
But that's what would have made my song so funny and inappropriate, that it would have made everybody there uncomfortable.
But it was a mixed crowd. Like, there were people who were younger than us, people who were about the same age as us, that older couple, people from all different backgrounds. And, I mean, people from all different ages hopped up on stage and they put themselves out there. But I guess what I was a little disappointed with was you wanted to get up and do a song that's funny, which would have been fun. But the people at this karaoke bar were almost like professional singers. They were pretty good.
But that's...
It's not funny. They were just like good singers.
They don't do that anymore. It's not about fun. It's about...
getting your start in the music world.
But I don't even know... We might be just showing our age by saying that we went to a karaoke bar.
Why that's not a thing anymore?
I don't think
there
so.
were people that are younger than us. Not like, they weren't super
They didn't
young.
stay long.
I mean, there were people there in their 30s, which is younger, but it's not like young.
Right.
Well, I don't know how old those people were. That one guy that got up and sang a couple of songs, including a song by,
Yeah.
what's the Chop Suey band?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, he was young. He must have been in his 20s.
What is the name of that band? The Chop Suey Band.
Wake up. Why don't you put on a little makeup?
Isn't it Grandma should put on a little makeup?
Is it?
Wake up. Grandma should put on a little makeup.
I don't know. That's not the song you sang, though, was it? You don't. Good job on the lyrics. You got it.
I don't think you trust in my System of the Down.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Well, he
for
sang
the
a song
internet.
by them. Anyway, that was way before his time because he looked to me like he was about 25. I don't even know how he knows that song. But anyway, so yes, we were at a karaoke bar. Is it popular with younger people? I guess not. You don't think so?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was such thing as karaoke bars anymore. When I used to go out to bars in my late teens, early 20s, and
You
no
didn't go out to a karaoke bar when
karaoke.
a karaoke bar.
So you're
in
getting
your
belligerent.
late
Are you drinking?
teens.
I did. It wasn't a karaoke bar, but that's what I was going to say. We didn't have karaoke bars. What we had were bars that then you had karaoke DJs or whatever you want to call them would come in and they would bring their equipment in. It wasn't a dedicated karaoke bar.
How did you go to a bar when you were a teenager?
Because when I was 18, I started working at a beer distributor, and so the bars that I delivered to thought I was 21.
So they just let you in without carding?
Yeah.
But I think if you went over the border of the state...
No, not New York. It turned 21
Oh, it was?
a long time ago before I turned 18.
So they just let you in because you worked for the beer distributor
Yeah.
and they thought you were 21.
And I can remember there was a bar that was right across the street from where the beer distributor was.
A really classy bar?
No. But it was a fun bar. It was like a bar, but it had food too, like fast food, like chicken wings and
Yeah, bar
hamburgers and stuff, right? Yeah, is that what they call that? Bar food?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks.
A cassette tape recorder.
But anyway, it was owned by, actually, I know the kid's parent, or I know the kid
Whose parents owned
whose
it.
parents owned it. Thanks, I couldn't think of how to say that sentence.
Oh, my word.
Don't make that.
Focus.
But anyway, I knew him, but they didn't really know me. And so then when I was working there, we would always go over when we had to work late, and we would have some drinks and then go back to work. But anyway, it's back when you could have fun. And then
it's like a free-for-all.
I know. But then what was my 21st birthday, and that's where we celebrated it over there, and they were like, "Oh, it's great to know that you're 21." We've been serving for the past 3 years.
Nice going, lawbreaker.
I know.
I would never break the law. I
But
didn't drink until I was 21.
It's so funny, isn't it, to think you are a nerd. Is that the truth?
Yes, it is.
You didn't drink until you were 21?
No, I did not.
Well, first of all, and then when you turned 21, did you really drink?
No. I mean, yes, I went to a bar on my 21st birthday and I had 2 Long Island iced teas. And that was the beginning of my drinking and pretty much the end as well, until I met you when I was 25, and then I really started drinking.
You are a nerd.
Thank you. What do you want me to say? It just wasn't like that.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the bar.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. I wish I could go back and just work at that beer distributor for the rest of my life.
You want to lug cases of beer around?
I was decent shape.
Well, I don't think he was. I don't think he was.
I don't think you was. I don't think you be.
I don't think you were in decent shape, because not only were you, lugging heavy stuff around, you were also drinking too much. So I think you probably had a beer gut.
And smoking. I smoked back then too. At that beer distributorship that we worked at too, I think it was open until 6 o'clock at night. So at 4:30, we were allowed to drink breakage, which is if you have a case of beer that has a broken bottle in it.
One broken bottle, you guys could have the rest of them?
Right. Because you couldn't sell it. I mean, I guess you could. Technically, what you were supposed to do is if you had, let's say it's a broken case of Heineken, and there was 2 broken bottles, then you were supposed to put it to the side, and then there would eventually be another case that was broken. So then you would try to make a full case out of that. So technically we were supposed to do that, but it was always kind of a free for all where we could technically drink some of the breakage too. But yeah, we used to start drinking at 4:30 on Fridays typically, and Saturdays.
Oh, okay, Fridays
and sometimes Thursday.
Start the weekend early.
Yeah, once in a while on Monday.
So every day at 4:30 you started drinking the breakage.
Right. But it wouldn't be to get drunk. It would just be to have 5 or 7. I'm just kidding.
Oh my word.
I'm just kidding. It'd be
I would have
have 1
passed
or
out.
2. But man, what a job that was.
You say you would like it, but you wouldn't. That was so long ago for you. It was 30 years ago for you. You're a different person now. You'd be tired immediately if you had to carry several cases of beer around.
We used to have to lug kegs out, half kegs.
I know.
Kegs.
You hung some lights this weekend. You're like, oh man, my arms are so sore.
Well, that's different. That's working above your head. When you work above your head, your arms become tired.
Well, I bet you carried those cases on your shoulder and you had to put your arm up.
Well, but not for long periods of time. Okay. And plus, gravity is working differently now, so the fat underneath my arm is pulling my arm down while I'm trying to work overhead.
Gravity has changed how it works.
No, gravity has not changed.
Few decades.
Our bodies have changed to gravity.
You said
gravity's been the same.
Okay, well, that's not what you said. Yeah, gravity is a mean thing. That bitch gravity. Pulling down on everything, making us look saggy, and our muscles getting all wasted away.
Stupid hangover.
I don't know if that's gravity's fault, but yeah, my
that's
body
why we should
take
just do edibles, and then that's it. You don't get a hangover with edibles.
Well, you might get some weird hallucinations, though.
I can't do that because for some reason, if I do when I drink, it just puts me in a good state of mind. I'm happy and stuff. Well, the edibles, not that I've ever done them before, but if I were to do them, I think it would put me more into thinking about, it's like a weird thought process. I think about mortality more.
Even more than you normally do?
Yeah.
I know you can't even watch certain movies or things like that talk about mortality without freaking out. Like TV shows or movies where that's kind of the theme. You can't do it.
That's because I'm seeing people that I know in the obituary.
I know. I mean, it's not common for people in their late 40s or early 50s to pass away, but it does happen, and it's really sad. Really.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, anyway. So what else about this? Like, we can drink, but we feel like we're old at the bars, and
Maybe we need
can't
to
recover.
Maybe
really
instead of
well.
water, we should drink like a Gatorade beforehand, like a big thing of Gatorade.
I don't even like Gatorade.
I don't either.
It's so gross.
It is. But the electrolytes do help you. But
Maybe
do the
we should
electrolytes
ask-
help you out beforehand, or is it just more on the back side of it?
I don't know
Pedialyte is another thing.
that you used to take.
Pedialyte
I've
helps.
never had it.
That helps.
Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, it's just full of that
Mm-hmm.
electrolyte or whatever you call those.
Well, maybe we should ask some young people how they recover from their hangovers these days. Like, what's the new thing?
Throw up.
Well, I mean, that can work too.
What
I
is
mean,
it?
it gets it out of your body faster, but man, I hate throwing up. Oh, like a couple months ago when we went out, I got alcohol poisoning.
No, you didn't.
I most certainly did.
I can remember even as a younger person, like you'd be drinking and then you could feel it was coming, that you were going to throw up. But then when you throw up, you felt like you were 100% better, so then you could just start drinking again.
Yep.
I couldn't do that now.
No, like
And I
now,
do
once
anything-
you throw up, you're laid out. You're like, oh, get in the bed. You're done.
I do anything I can do to keep from throwing up because I hate that. Oh, God, I hate it.
I know, it's horrible, but you're right. You do feel better much more quickly if you just
I don't even
throw
know
it
if that's
out,
the
throw it
case
up.
anymore.
You don't think you would?
The last time I threw up, I was still hungover.
When was this?
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
In
'Cause
the last
I don't
year?
really throw up. No.
2 years?
Probably within the last 5.
I don't think so. You've thrown up in the last 2
I
years.
have not.
Uh-huh.
When?
I can't remember, but I know you have. Well, I threw up in the last 5 months. Oh boy, because I had alcohol poisoning.
No, you didn't. I hate that sound, or I hate that feeling though, especially once everything's out.
When your mouth gets all watery or what?
Nah, I just hate the feeling of throwing up. Like I hate it, especially after you've thrown everything up, and then you still can't not do that, and nothing comes out, and it hurts.
Gross.
It hurts so bad. And then you spit, and you're so pathetic. You're weakest.
Disgusting. Ew.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then that
It's horrible.
thick yellow bile is the only thing that comes up.
Oh my god. Okay. You don't have to reenact it. I know what it is.
I hate that.
Yeah. It's not good.
Why do people drink? That's such a... And even when you know that you shouldn't do it, because I know that you get to a point that you shouldn't drink anymore, yet you do. And sometimes my drunken stupors are a result of you.
Oh, what?
Because I know that what's going to happen... Oh, I got to get up here. Oh, my God, I'm so old. I've been banging around on everything. Because especially when people bring shots out,
Ugh.
and almost just thinking about shots making me want to throw up right now. I know
hate
that you
shots.
give into peer pressure and that you'll do them. So sometimes I got to like intercept yours and do yours for you so that you won't do it because I know. And then,
Not usually. Usually what you do is dump it out.
I've never dumped it out. I've
You've
never
dumped
dumped
a
it out.
shot
No, that's weakness.
at the game day house.
No, I didn't. I was told to afterwards.
Mm.
Somebody else told me that's what they do because I was like, how can you be doing all these?
Well,
And
if
said,
someone
"Come on."
brings me a shot, and I guess you too, you don't say no. You just do it. Man up. Woman up.
I'm going to tell those people in Washington to man up.
What's with you?
What do you mean?
You're doing a lot of sound effects today. Anyway, just thinking about shots makes my mouth get all like ew.
But why do we
as
do
well.
it? Like,
Why do we drink?
To excess. Like, why do humans drink to excess?
Well, because you start off good and everything's fine. Like you get a little bit of alcohol in your system and you start to feel like relaxed and
Right, so
happy
what,
and
just
fun.
keep it at that?
But then your inhibitions are down and then your friends are like buying you more drinks and you're like, yeah, sure, I'll take another drink. So at that point, like there's that like tipping point where you're having fun and you're feeling good. And if you had stopped there, you'd be fine the next day. But you want to keep hanging out and like drinks just keep ending up in your hand. So you like,
But why do people give in to peer pressure and just say, nah, just have a water?
it's not exactly peer pressure. Like our friends don't peer pressure us. They don't care if we drink water.
Oh, if you're a guy, they do.
You feel peer pressure from your friends. You're almost 50 years old.
No,
What do they call you? Like
some
you're
stuff
a
never
pussy if you don't drink.
Yeah, they do. Some things never change for guys.
So this has happened recently where you said, I'm going to get a water. And they're like, no, you're not.
Yes.
You're drinking this bourbon.
Yes. It happens all the time.
It
And then
doesn't happen to me, probably because when girls get drunk, they're like super annoying. And they're like, oh, God.
And then you gotta, and then I get heartburn. I gotta go find baking soda.
Oh, my. And then you start burping like it's nobody's business. It's really an ugly route that happens for both of us, even if it's a different way we get there. It's not good. It's really embarrassing to you
Why do I get heartburn?
because you eat too much junk all the time. Your stomach's like, no more, no. You do get heartburn all the time. Every single night you have to take something for heartburn.
Maybe I have, not every night.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. You're such
And then
an
sometimes
exaggerator.
when we're lying in bed or you're like asleep, you like throw up in your mouth,
I
and I
haven't
think
done
you're
that in
gonna
a
choke
while.
to death. You've done it within the last few months, and I was
No.
like, I woke up and I looked at you, and I was like, oh my God, is he gonna start breathing? I don't know. And then you did, and I was like, whew.
And I'm not even overly fat.
Well, you're fat enough to get heartburn.
I'm one of those people that people say, because this is a great compliment. You're not that fat.
You just said it about yourself.
That's always a good compliment. Well, you're not that fat. Oh, thanks. So I'm just mostly fat.
You're kind of fat, and you definitely get heartburn.
Not every day, though.
Most days. I think you should. I'm gonna start keeping track of it. I'm gonna have like a little tally mark every time you're like, oh, I know. You won't tell me.
If you go back to one of our first episodes, and I think it was actually a New Year's
A New Year's resolution?
Day? Right. That lasted for 2 weeks.
Not for me. Well, let me clarify. First of all, I have been healthier. I've been tracking what I eat, and I've been trying to exercise much more than I had leading up to the new year. But my goal was really to get a 6-pack, and I haven't done anything to do that. Like, I'm not doing sit-ups or anything like that. Right. But I definitely am healthier than I was.
But you haven't done your New Year's resolution.
Have you?
I don't even remember what mine was. Was it just to eat meat once a day or once a week? once a day.
You said you were going to only eat meat every other day instead of every day.
All right. I've done pretty good on that.
Especially when you're home. I mean, I even started cooking some food.
I will say when I traveled for work a couple weeks ago, I ate nothing but meat.
Well, and then you came back and you weren't tracking your calories anymore, and you had heartburn, and you feel like crap.
What's considered meat? Fish?
That's a type of meat, yeah. Does it come from an animal? Then it's a meat.
Oh.
Do you need further clarification?
No.
Okay.
Well, anyway, what about drinking? Anything more?
Well, I guess I like hanging out. And we have good people to hang out with. They're fun. They never let your cup go empty, that's for sure. We just can't recover.
Well, especially last weekend, they never let your cup go empty because there was somebody else paying for all of our drinks.
I know, that was pretty awesome.
That's another thing, too, is you end up drinking a lot more when somebody else is buying your drinks because you don't have to spend $9 a drink.
I know, and I was going to say that doesn't happen that often for us, but that's really not true because of the way your company works. Like, they have those company gatherings, and we don't have to pay for our drinks at those. Mm-mm. We're lucky in that way, I guess. Then I drink too much and then I get sick. So are we lucky?
We're lucky that we kill our livers.
I know. I want to be able to have fun like we used to when I was in my late 20s. And when you were in high school.
That ship has sailed.
So that's it. We're done. Like, we can never drink the way we used to. We just have to, like, show restraint and be responsible, or else pay the price.
All right. Stupid.
It is stupid. Well, that's what it is, though.
Yep. And so we've gotten that off our chest. Next week, we're going to have a more uplifting topic to talk about.
We've never talked about anything uplifting. It's how bad we look, how bad we feel after we drink, how annoying people are at sporting events. I mean, there's nothing uplifting about this. Why? What's on your mind? What's uplifting that you want to talk about?
Oh, it'll be a surprise next week.
Because you don't know. That's why it's
not true.
Surprise. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
Me either. I better start thinking about it now.
Right.
But, all right. Well, we will hopefully talk next week unless we get drunk again and then have to skip another week because we won't be able to get out of bed. Remember the time when our son was...
You're going to record this?
When he was little. And
I tell you what, he was a baby.
That's when I threw up in the parking lot of that car dealership on the drive home. At the next day, I wasn't drunk. Well, I might have been, but I wasn't. It was from the day before. And we got home at like 6 a.m.
Picked our child up.
Parents were watching the kid at our house.
Oh, so we just got
So they
home.
left. They were like, all right, we got to go. And we were like, what? And then we just put him in that little bouncy
chair all day.
while he laid in bed.
That is horrible.
We were like crack addicts.
Horrible.
That was you. You're the mom.
We are both his parents. There's no reason that you put a baby in a bounce chair for a full day and just open your eye once in a while to make sure he's okay.
No, when he would cry, we would bounce it. Remember that time where you were hungover and you would like close his mouth and nose at the same time until he passed out?
No. I don't remember that because that certainly never happened. My word.
Oh,
that's mean.
All right.
I'm a good mom. I love our kids and I take really good care of them. But now I'm wondering how you treated them when you were in a bad state of mind. You held our kids' mouth and nose closed?
All right. So we will talk next week with a new topic.
All right. Until then.
If you want to reach us, you can reach us at
thelunacyofmiddleage@gmail.com.
Wrong.
What? It's
Lunacy
just
of MA.
Oh my. Is it?
Yeah.
Lunacyofma@gmail.com?
Yeah.
Now who's the fool? It's
You.
me.
All right. We'll talk next week.
Bye.
Bye.